Hey, this is Photography Bonsai. In this video, I'm going to show you some photos and video from an outing to one of my local parks in autumn. This was the last one that I managed. This one, very calm, beautiful day. Great time to take photos, of course, with all the colors. I was using a very simple setup, the M100 plus the 22mm f2 lens. Very compact, very easy to use. I actually wish I had a telephoto lens that day, which we'll get to why later in the video, but the nice thing about this park is it has definitely a lot of terrain differences, really interesting areas, especially this time of year. You can get into some areas that are harder to get to in the summer. In the park there is a baseball diamond and had recently rained, and good spot for taking photos with reflections. There's also a tennis court, and the great thing about tennis courts is they have that color to them usually, and also nice texture, getting some leading lines in your photos, get down low with that court, and I think it looks pretty interesting. A very simple and easy way to take some photos in autumn because of the nice colors is just to shoot straight on with the trees. Nice flat photo, but it is very interesting. This tree had beautiful leaves on it, nice rich yellow color to them. Great one for taking a simple photo just of that tree. Nice light coming in down towards the middle, so there is some variation with the light as well, which helps make the photo really pop. In this photo there's a mixture of color, kind of a black and white almost, but in color. You've got the nice rich yellow plus the greens of that tree that still had not changed colors. There's a stream that runs through this park, but in the wintertime some of it is empty, there's no water in it. Good place to take photos, get some really interesting subjects, all the rocks, all the unusual look to that area that's normally covered with water. This tree and some of the other ones in the park had a fantastic pale color to them, almost white. There was a little bit of yellow in some of them, but you got the white in the stark contrast of the red dots on there, nice speckles of color. And then you also had the red berries. It's a really beautiful plant in this time of year. Of course, it's probably just a simple green plant in the summertime, but once it turns color, really beautiful. This park has a large terrain difference from one area to another. You have that stream running through, but then you have a large wall of limestone or some other type of rock. When that one area is not full of water, you can actually use that to get to some of those limestone walls with the nice moss on them, so you get really close to it in this situation. Another benefit is erosion with rocks and things, different types of material, not really sure, but gives a nice, interesting texture. One of my favorite natural compositions with a simple tree, has a nice canopy to it, and then you have a stark contrast of the leaves on the ground. It's almost a duality with that photo, split in half, but still very contrasty with the different colors. I'd actually taken a photo similar to that in this park that's really one of my favorites. As I've said in some of my previous videos, getting closer to the ground is a great angle, especially for these nature photos that are simple compositions, potentially trying to get down lower, utilize the ground, use that to your advantage. This park has a nice little gazebo up in this hilly area. I was pretty far from it, so I was able to use that as a subject with the trees basically framing that gazebo. And as I got closer, I could get a larger view of that structure. But I really do like the one when it's far away. Photos like that, I think they would really work out in a print format, more so than digital, because you'll be able to see and look closer very easily on a print. One fun technique specific to the M100 is that if you use the camera upside down and you flip the screen towards you while holding it up, you'll be able to see the screen while getting those higher angles. It is kind of a quirk of this camera with how the screen is set up, but it does work pretty well. You just have to rotate the photo at the end. The last photos were pretty interesting. I really wish I had a telephoto lens in this situation because there was a fox in the field sunning itself. That would have been a great photo with the telephoto lens. I just had the 22 though to take a few photos. Overall, a beautiful day to take photos. Pretty happy with the results. Some interesting ones came out of that little photo walk. The goal with these videos is to get out there, take photos, show you by example of what I do in those situations. I know they're very simple, the subjects are very simple, and anyone can go out there and get these type of photos. You don't need anything special with your subjects, which are just simple nature situations, and with your equipment. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, please consider subscribing, helps me out a lot. Likes and shares help out a lot as well. Thanks again.